Hi everyone, we have a little bit of a change today. Not a 706 telephone, it's probably recognised out there. This is the French version, possibly about the same age as the 706. They all look much similar, but anyhow, look at this one today. I've got two, one's in bits. I'll show you the first, the one that's complete. Well, it's complete all bar one item, which I'll come to mention. In fact, I'm going to change it over from the other phone to this phone, because the other phone's is not in very good condition. Anyhow, here we have the phone. I'll turn it over. See the back of it there? CTD Paris. This is dated 1975. Socatel S63, I think that's 63. Post number BC 363. A plastic base held on with two screws and two locking lugs on the front with your two bells. Typical French handset, and the typical French plug. This can be rewired to take a normal terminations. That would go into their sockets. Got the dial on the front, which has a ring round the outside, ABC and everything else. It might be slightly different lettering to the English dial. Don't know. I think it's got Q. Not too sure about that. And it's a nice smooth dial, and this dial will be, what was I going to do? Yeah, will remain there. Now coming across to the other phone, which is the same model. This shows the innards. The dial has had it. It's for spares. Have a close look at it and see what type of dial it is. It's very familiar. It's the automatic electric type dial. This is what is fitted on all American automatic electric phones. Some of our phones over here by ATM. Certainly it was fitted to the Indian telephones, ITI. This is pre them being fitted by Japanese phone dials. That's a typical automatic electric type dial. You've got your pulse springs operated by the little cam wheel, and as the dial's turned, you've got your dial off normals. It's identical to the automatic electric dial. Looking more into the phone, I've taken the plate off that holds the dial so you can get a better look inside. We've got the two gongs, totally different to the English system. You've got one coil which is screwed down to the printed circuit board. Actually, it's quite neat. The adjuster is by the bells, which you turn round, and the bells have got I'll show you, a flattened part, so you could in theory get the bell to ring at the best position. This is where, as I said before, it tings, but the clapper does not remain on the bell, so you get a nice ting, and that's done by adjusting. Now coming further across, similar type of switch hooks there to the English ones. Very actually nice. They're completely covered up, so I'm not going to take them apart. Just suffice to say, that's what it operates when the receiver's put on. Now what is slightly different, we might have noticed, and I'll mention that in a minute, while I'm still got this side of the dial, you've got your anti-side tone coil, you've got a capacitor for the bell, 2.2 microfarad. You've also got another capacitor there, made by ITT, which also made telephones. I'll show you on the diagram where these are. Now I'll turn this round so you can see what I've got at this side. You've got an adjustment there, minimum, maximum, or mini max, and that is your ringer. It obviously alters the resistance to the bell, so you'd get obviously a faint ring or a loud ring, and it's controlled by a resistor. As far as I can see, there's no regulators in here. It is more or less a basic phone. What is slightly different, if you look at the back here, you've got your terminations. Now the lead to the socket is not there, it's missing. You've got the little hole there where the lead would have gone. Now out the side you've got one of these, and these are rather well, not nicely called, mother-in-law's earpiece. It's if anyone's on the phone, the mother-in-law, the theory is, can pick up and can hear what is going on. You can't speak into it, but you would hear everything that was being said at both ends. And this is typical on French phones. Not always, but some cases. You had this, it was called a watch receiver, and that sat at the back on this little cup arrangement which fits into the case. Also missed another capacitor on the side here, little tiny one there. Anyhow, as I've always said, a diagram is so important. This is the case of that one. You've got PTT, which is Post Telecoms, Telecommunications, which is sort of a European thing used quite a bit. Here we've got the circuit diagram. I don't even know if I've got it round the right way. I know it's in French. Let's have a little look. Turn it round. I'll hold it on there so you can take any copies of it. Needless to say, it's all in French, so you might need to have a little translation. But it's fairly simple. And the extra thing on there is the extra earpiece, which you can see there, and that's connected to those two terminals there which I'm pointing to. They are for the extra receiver. Now I'll turn the phone over and have a look at the back. It's more or less the same as the other one I just showed you. It's a bit older. Well, I say old. This one's 4th month 74. Society of Telephones. It's, as you can see, it's made by Ericsson's. The other one was made by a different maker. But as I say, like our 706s, several makers in France made them to the same pattern that was being used. They're the property of the state, which they all have on there. Can't find it on. Here we are. And there you've got property of the state. They, like BT or the post office, rented the phones out. You didn't buy the phone, they were rented. So all these ones were ones which obviously turned up afterwards. But this says the property of the state. And this is an Ericsson version. Once again, PTT, Post Telephones and Telecoms. It's a European standard. Anyhow, I'm getting more or less finished here. The dial is still seized up. Unfortunately, the finger plate is damaged, missing bits. There's what you have on the dial, which I will remove and put across to that one. It's the beauty of things being interchangeable. I'll obviously keep the dial because spares are always handy. And I'm seeing now phones on eBay and that seem to be getting dearer and dearer. It's alarming really, the way prices are going up. Mind you, prices seem to be going up on everything, be it lamps, phones, even my plants. You know, prices are definitely going up. Anyhow, I think I've more or less said all I'm going to. What I would say is, in England, you had a company called BTH, a British Thompson and Houston. In France, it was just known as Thompson, and they in fact made phones, whereas over here, they didn't. They were a branch of General Electric in America. British Thompson Houston, but as I say, in France, it was Thompson, with the same type of symbol, the ring with little hooks going towards the inners. They call it a meatball, something like that, but it's a famous sign which is used in America with GE. Also lamps from Japan, made by Toshiba, because one time they were sort of not under it, GE, but there was certainly was a connection, and they used the same type of little ring with the hooks. Anyhow, I'm finished talking. Any comments please make. I'm looking forward to the little talk on YouTube tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It should be quite good. So anyhow, that's all we've got for today. I'm going to now take it easy and upload this. So once again, many thanks. You've seen the French version of the phone similar to a 706. Thanks for watching. Thank you.